going to be talking about health and nutrition. So I thought I'd take a poll and see how many of you would rather be here this morning than in the best hospital in town. Good. Now, we're going to be talking about food, a lot about foods and vitamins in our diet. So I thought I'd tell you a little story at the beginning. There was this pastor that went to visit an older woman in his congregation. He noticed that she had a bowl of peanuts on the coffee table, and that was his favorite food. So he helped himself. He had some peanuts and visited with her, and they were having a nice conversation. Took a few more peanuts, and a few more. An hour went by. His time to go, and he looked down and he saw the bowl was empty. He's kind of embarrassed. He apologized. He said, "I'm sorry I ate all your peanuts." She said, "Don't worry about it. As I've gotten older, my teeth hurt me. It hurts to chew. So after I suck the chocolate off, I don't eat them anymore." So we'll get going on a better note here, a little more appetizing. The way I got involved in the health and nutrition industry is something happened in my family that's happened in a lot of your families. We'll take a show of hands here shortly, but quite a few years ago, I had an aunt who was treated for cancer in Portland, and it got to the point where they said she's terminal and she's beyond hope. Now, how many of you, anywhere in your family, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, anywhere in your family have had cancer? Let's high show of hands. Now look around, everybody. That's at least 95% of us. Because what my job today for you guys is to share ideas that you can use to protect your health from heart attack, stroke, cancer, breast cancer, Alzheimer's, things like that. Because we all want to stay healthy and feel good and have energy. So that's my job this morning. Well, what happened with my aunt, they told us she was terminal and beyond hope. And we heard about a medical doctor back in New York who used nothing but nutrition. No chemo, no surgery, no radiation. And we told the doctors in Portland about him, and they said, "Don't send her there, he's a quack." And first we said, okay, but then we got thinking, well, we have nothing to lose because they already said she's beyond hope and she's terminal. So we sent her back there. He changed her diet around. She was able to go back to work and live 20 more years. So we were impressed. And we've seen that happen over and over. And we actually ended up, our 3 generations of my family have been working in the nutrition industry. We work for a large company in California that makes little tiny food capsules that are all organic, and they make it easier for a person to get the nutrients they need to lower their risk of cancer. And that's what I do. And they help you have more energy and protect from heart disease too. But I'll show you what's happening in the American health picture because it'll give you an idea of why you want to be real careful about your nutrition and be proactive and take steps to protect yourself. In 1970, 1 out of 10 Americans got cancer. Can you all see that? 1 out of 10. In 1980, it went to 1 in 4. In 1985, it went to 1 in 3. How does that make you guys feel? Not too good, is it? So this is a bad thing. Now, it gets even worse than that, and we already saw the show of hands, 95% of us. But this is from Sacred Heart Hospital right here in our area. It says 3 out of 4 Eugene Springfield families will be touched by cancer. 3 out of 4, so it's very high. Out of 4, so it's very high. Cancer used to be an old age degenerative disease like people's 60s, 70s, and 80s. Well, now we had a gal in our office a few years ago. She's 23. She'd already had 1 breast removed. By 25, she's dead. Okay? It's creeping down into young people. There's a 17-year-old at North Eugene High School, world-class swimmer. They thought he was going to the Olympics. He's dead from cancer, 17. So we see this creeping down into much younger ages. And the third thing that's real scary about it is that it happens to people that look just like everyone in this room, like all of us. They feel good, they have no symptoms. You guys have all heard stories. I used to have breakfast with a guy every week in a business group in Eugene, and he played tennis and basketball all the time. He was fit as a fiddle, real involved in Chamber of Commerce and every community event. And he was having lunch at a restaurant not too far from here, and he had a seizure and he fell off his chair. Well, they took him to Sacred Heart, and they did a whole bunch of tests and said, well, you have 6 months to live because your brain is completely full of cancer. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? I see some heads nodding. Okay. He's about 50 years old. But it happens to people who look just like everyone in this room, no symptoms, nothing, and that's how it works. So we want to do what we can to protect ourselves. Now, what is a big cause of this on the women? 60% of the cancer cases are from the food. 60%. In us guys, it's not quite as high, but it's still pretty high, 40%. Now, on the women, 60%. There's a lot of causes of cancer, but that means more than all the other causes are from the food we're eating. If you go to the website of American Cancer Society, National Cancer Institute, U.S. Department of Agriculture, Center for Disease Control, these groups will typically tell you that if you want lifelong excellent health, in other words, you don't want to end your life with a tragic, horrific disease like cancer or heart disease, then what you need to be doing is eating no less than 5 servings per day of bright-colored fruits and vegetables and an optimum of 9 servings per day. Now, what they mean by bright colored is orange, like sweet potatoes and squash, yellow, like peaches and apricots, bright green, like spinach, and red, like watermelon, tomatoes, strawberries, and bell peppers, because it appears that the cancer protection is in the bright colored fruits and vegetables. Now, if you look at the most commonly consumed veggies and fruits in America, it's apples, bananas, and baked potatoes, which none of those count because they're white inside. And what these groups are saying is that we need no less than 5 servings a day of the bright color. And then they're saying optimum of 9, and now more recently they're changing it to optimum of 15, which of course none of us get. We want an absolute minimum of 5 servings a day of the bright colored things. Now, when the FDA and National Institutes of Health did a survey, they found that 97% of Americans do not get even 3 servings a day of the bright-colored fruits and vegetables. There are several reasons people do not eat enough bright-colored fruits and vegetables to protect their health. One is they don't like the taste of vegetables. Another reason is the time required to wash, peel, cut, or do any other necessary food preparation. Another reason is cost. A bell pepper can easily cost $1 to $2.50 on up to $4 or more if it is organic. Basically, 97% of everyone you know and everyone you don't know when you look around is not getting the amount that they need to be protected. And that's reflected in when you look at our country's statistics, we have very low consumption of bright colored fruits and vegetables, and we have very high cancer incidence. Then you go to some other countries that have high consumption of bright colored fruits and vegetables, they have low cancer incidence. So this is one of the major pieces in the puzzle. When I began looking at my own diet, for breakfast, I get 0 servings of bright colored fruits and vegetables because I normally have hot cereal. Well, at lunch, I get 0 because I have a sandwich and an apple or a banana, okay, typically. Then for dinner, I might get 0 servings, or depending, if I'm eating at home, I'll probably get anywhere from 1, 2 servings, maybe 3, but these groups are saying no less than 5. I'm in trouble there too, because you can see from my score, my totals, I consume far less than the recommended amount of bright colored fruits and vegetables. If there was a capsule that was made from the highest quality bright colored fruits and veggies available, and it solved all 3 problems of not liking to eat veggies, time required for food prep, and cost issues, in other words, the concentrated food capsule made it ultra simple, easy, and economical to get the protection of recommended amounts of bright colored fruits and vegetables in your diet, would that product be of interest to you? Now that's where G&LD comes in with this product here called carotenoid complex. Now, what this carotenoid is, and every capsule in here is equal to 1 serving of bright colored fruits and vegetables. So this makes it real easy for a person to get as much as they need in their diet. A person like me who's not getting a minimum of 5 servings a day. So can you see how ultra easy and simple this product makes it to get the correct amount of bright colored servings of fruits and vegetables every day? It's so simple because every capsule is equal to 1 serving. So if you had from your diet only 1 serving that day of bright colored fruits and vegetables from the food you ate, then you just take 4 of these capsules and then you have a total of 5 for that day. If that day you got 2 servings from your diet of bright colored fruits and vegetables and you want to have the minimum of 5, then you just take 3 of these. So it's just so simple. You adjust it according to your diet. Now, if you're like me and you're not interested in just barely health, but you want to have optimum health and maximize your health, then you can take more. Now, I take 6 every day
because these health agencies we talked about before, they say minimum of 5 servings, but they say optimum of 9. And I want optimum health, especially since we've had a lot of cancer in our family. This capsule is equal to a serving of bright colored fruit and vegetable. It costs 41 cents. This bell pepper often costs $1 to $2.50. Again, this costs only 41 cents and is equal to a serving of bright colored fruit and vegetable. Now, you know that this product is simple, easy, and convenient. We know it's cost effective, but does it really work? Has it been proven to work? Watch this. The final advantage and the most important one is that it is actually proven to work. The USDA is actually the one that did these tests, and we have all the journal references on these. But one of the things they measured was T cells. T killer cell counts. And why that's so important is that T killer cells are your body's first line of defense against cancer. So the more you have, the better. Now, basically the way this works is that all of us can produce from 1,000 to 10,000 cancer cells per day, is what some of the authorities say. And so what our T killer cells' job is to do is it's called tumor surveillance. So 24 hours a day, 24/7, these T killer cells are going through your brain, your lungs, your liver, your bowel, your feet, everywhere in your body on search and destroy mission to find the malignant cells and destroy them. So that's your first line of defense. Now, when the USDA gave people 3 of these capsules a day, and then they checked them after 3 weeks on that, there was a 20% increase in T killer cells, which means you have way more protection, way more defense, which is what we want, because that's what we're looking to do is protect our health. So they are actually proven to work. We already talked about one of the main benefits is the T killer cells, 20% increase in that, which means you have way more protection. This product is not designed for treatment. The purpose of this product is to simply provide an easy, convenient way to safeguard your health with the benefits of more bright colored fruits and vegetables. This product is what healthy people take to stay healthy. That being said, check out these exciting stories of delighted customers. The following people were not using GNLD products for their intended use, which is to help a healthy person stay healthy. They used GNLD's health protecting products on family or neighbors who already had a serious health problem.
I learned that my father had prostate cancer. He had had a PSA test, and the reading was between a 7 and an 8. Well, he said he generally took 5 a day, and one day he got in 6. But he took them for 7 days. And his surgery was going to be in 3 more days, so he decided that he would go to the laboratory on his own and see if the carotenoids had in fact helped him or not, because he wasn't going to buy any more of them if they weren't doing any good. He went into the laboratory and they retested, and the laboratory called the doctor instead of him. They gave him the results. It was already down to a 4 in 7 days.
That's what he told me.
So the doctor called him and said, "What have you been doing? What did you do?" And he said, "I just got a call from the laboratory. Your PSA is at a 4. He said, "And your surgery for tomorrow is canceled." So he's since retested, and the reading keeps going down lower.
Okay. How many carotenoids are you taking now?
I don't know exactly now, but I know that he went down to about 3 a day.
Yeah.
And he no longer has cancer.
And that's the exciting part.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
And my neighbor's dad was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, and they told him, they said, "We can't do radiation, we can't do chemotherapy, and we can't do surgery." And as my neighbor put it, he says, "They're telling him just go home and die. Can you talk to my dad?" Well, within a couple of weeks, on 3 packs of the Phytodefense a day, he came by and he told my wife, he says, "I'm feeling better, and they're not draining the fluid off my lungs anymore." Well, it's been over a year now, and he went back to Illinois, where he's from, and hadn't been there in over 60 years, stayed there for 6 weeks, came back, has been to his grandson's wedding, and there was someone there from Arcadia Methodist Hospital that knew about him, and they said, what are you doing around? You were supposed to have been gone a long time ago. And he told me, he says, I feel better now than I did a year ago. He's 84 years old. So, I never give up on anybody.
In 1976, the week that I bought my first Neolite, he was diagnosed cancer by Dr. Melvin, St. Vincent's Hospital here in Portland. And of course, Charles's mother, sister, brothers, niece, all preceded him in death with thyroid cancer. And so Charles decided, well, I know the Lord is my Savior. I'm not going to go through surgery. They all died anyway. So went up to Kaiser, saw Dr. Nevis. Dr. Nevis put pressure on him for surgery. Charles still wasn't going to have surgery. And even Dr. Nevis called the house twice and talked to me and said, I'm just killing my husband because he's not having surgery. But we took all we had at that time with us back to American International Clinic. Okay, Charles was an outpatient for 6 days. He went through all kinds of tests. The doctors outlined a program in nutritional supplements and diet. And Dr. Davis, our oncologist, he okayed everything that we had in Neolite. Within 6 weeks' time, Charles cut his cancer count exactly 50%. Wow. Living without cancer, a threat to his life, 82 years old, and putting up with me. Now that's pretty good.
If you would like to see several more exciting cancer victories, like the one you just saw, when you return to the menu, click on Cancer Victories. You might wonder, does this product help protect the body in areas other than cancer defenses? The answer is yes. Carotenoid complex is documented to raise immunity by an enormous 37%. A higher performing immune system can translate into less colds, less time being sick, lower doctor bills, and a higher level of health and wellness. Heart disease and clogged arteries are extremely common, widespread killers. Carotenoid complex has been proven to be very valuable for heart and artery protection. The way it protects you is by dramatically reducing oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Reducing oxidative damage to LDL cholesterol is then thought to reduce plaque formation, keeping your arteries much healthier. Protecting your heart and arteries is another huge benefit of carotenoid complex. To see how this exact same product has dramatically improved vision for others, gotten rid of eye pain, dry eyes, and completely reversed macular degeneration as confirmed by a world-class eye surgeon, when you return to the menu, click on Healthy Eyes. When you are considering using a product that you have never used before, sometimes it is smart to talk to someone who has personally used that product. Let's talk to someone right now who has used carotenoid complex for 19 years and has also used many other GNLD products for nearly 40 years.
My name is Bob Pearson. I'm 82 years young. If you want enjoyable, active senior years, free from costly care expenses, you need to protect and safeguard your health. If you don't require assistance, you can maintain your privacy, dignity, freedom, and independence. I have used large amounts of GNLD vitamins for 36 years. For your sake, I recommend that you too use large amounts of GNLD whole food vitamins. No investment pays richer, more satisfying rewards than investing in your health. It's hard to beat water skiing with your kids in your senior years. I recommend you read your Bible every day and use lots of GNLD vitamins. I am Bob Pearson, and I approve of this message.
Would you like to have that level of vitality and independence in your 80s? If you want that incredible level of great health, please consider this. If your diet does not typically look like this, but more often looks like this, you are likely in the group that health agencies associate with a lower level of overall health. Low intake of bright colors is associated with a higher incidence of horrid diseases. This product is proven to help protect your health. Carotenoid Complex makes it ultra easy and economical to improve your odds of long-term health. Great health gives you a better chance at a bright and happy future. Please ask the person who showed this to you how you can begin protecting your health and your future today.